Today we are saying F you to AI. And we're going to do it with some high fashion inspired DIYs, upcycles, secondhand finds. Basically, I want to make stuff AI can't. We all have thoughts about AI these days. You sort of have to. You don't really have a choice. Some of those thoughts are fearful, some are hopeful, some are just curious. But for a lot of people in the creative fields, the question is, what's next? Like, what's next for my art? What's next for my job? What's next for my future? It's, will AI take my job? Will AI make better things than me? Do people want what AI is making? And I think the question of will AI make better, more relevant art is kind of the most relevant question. I don't know the answer. Literally nobody does. And if someone says they do, they're lying or deluded. I do know that as of today, we still have the capability to make things AI can't. So hello, darlings. Welcome back. If you're into human-powered creativity, hit subscribe, stay, hang out. We'd love to have you. It's going to be a packed day of creativity. We're going to take some basic thrifted items, secondhand things that need a new life, and adding our very personal, very human touch to them. I am going to be doing some very, in theory, simple customizations to make things super unique, super individual. I thrifted this blazer a few weeks ago for my Anna Sui project. You can go check out that video. And since then, I've decided to make it very personal. But these buttons are the last thing I need to do, and they are just not wanting to come off. I think I need a seam ripper. So I'm going to take some very basic thrifted items and do some very essential glamming up. Not that everyone's customization is going to be glam. It's just sort of a phase I'm in right now. I'm really loving late 80s, early 90s, like Baroque glam. And so I want to customize these things again to make them personal, to make them unique, to make them very non-AI related. And I'm not even using like Pinterest for inspiration on these, because when you're on there, if you are, I know you know, so much of it is AI generated slop that you're fed in terms of ads and inspo pics. It's so frustrating. So we're just going off our own personal vibes today, which should be really fun. I mean, think about it. Can AI go thrifting and then customize something to make it 100% personal? Absolutely not. I mean, not yet anyways. And is that to say that AI couldn't make an image of someone doing it or something like, sure, but it's not going to be real. It's not going to be personal. It's not going to be customized to any one individual. And that's what today's all about. It's what the bulk of creativity is all about. Okay, first up is these pants. These fantastic pink late 70s, early 80s trousers. They've got pockets. They're super durable polyester. They're Alfred Dunner, which, is a very laywoman American brand meant for workwear. And this stuff is durable. And one of my favorite thrift stores, which is the St. Vincent's, has a dollar rack. And one day I went in there and they had no less than, I'd say, like 25 pairs of very similar type trousers. I grabbed a couple pair. I love them. I think they're fabulous. When I wear them, though, they do read a little like sweatpants to me, a little too casual. I'm not a sweatpant outside of the house type of gal. So more power to you if you are. I think it's super cute. It's just not my style these days. So I want to do is add some like tuxedo striping. I haven't decided if I want to use some trim that I already have, if I even have enough, or if I want to go to Britex. I do need to go downtown for some things this week, so I may pop in there. But I do want to add some trim to this. I think that could be super easy and super fun. I've also thrifted a plain black evening clutch that I just want to glam up, and a super fun kind of silly Baroque print blouse, super fun Baroque print blouse that I want to kind of do my favorite thing, which is to crop And I want to personalize it. So I think I'm going to add some embellishments, maybe some seed beads, maybe some pearls. I think anything with a Baroque print really does well with pearls. I just think this could be really fun. Kind of silly, but really fun for both of these, honestly. So if you're new here, I am going through a home reno, which means all of my sewing gear is piled up in the living room here, and finding things is not easy. But I do have this amazing bin of trims that I got at Goodwill, like this whole bin for like $7, and I've been adding to it and using things out of it. And a lot of the materials I do find are from places like, thrift stores and also creative reuse stores. My favorite being Scrap here in San Francisco. Found these gorgeous little appliques there. I've got a couple colors of them actually. So for these pants, I really am not quite sure what I want to go with. I think this trim could be good, but I thought it might be a little too fancy. Again, I'm going for sort of a glam mashup of like a tuxedo pant and a track pant. So I wasn't really quite sure what I wanted to use. I thought rickrack would be cute, but I didn't have enough, and I really did want to use something I already had. So I started looking at all of these bias tapes and seam bindings that are in this box. Again, I got the whole box, including the box, for like $7. So I did settle on this burgundy seam binding or bias binding. I just think the color combo is great, but I also am loving these little appliques that I have. Again, I've got a whole big bag of them from Scrap. So I thought I'd give it a shot and see if I wanted to do these down the side. So I loved the look of this. It was giving sort of 50s, 60s Matador pants vibes, and I realized I did also have another one of these dollar pairs that I picked up because I was still really wanting to do the racing stripe, tuxedo stripe on the pink pants. And so I brought in the blue pant reinforcements, which derails a whole lot of things, but in the long run, I'm so glad that I did. Okay, do I have enough to cover them completely? No. But I do have enough to make them look like super cute 50s Matador style pants. Oh, did I just add a second pair of pants to this project? I think I may have. What is wrong with me? So this was not on the docket today. This was supposed to be a singular pair of pants, finishing up my little jacket, and the purse, doing the clutch, and the shirt. I think this is going to be too much, but I really want to do this now. This isn't just me, right? This is like every person who does this sort of thing. I think so. What is wrong with me? So this is what my sewing situation looks like right now. It's dire, but it's okay. We're working on it downstairs. I am in the middle of attempting to fix a pattern that's gone weirdly wrong. I haven't been filming this one because this is just for me, but let me show you what I'm making. Making this super cute. This version, little top, little skirt, they call it a two-piece dress. Something has happened with the shoulders. Unsure what, but I'm working on fixing it. But that is not a today thing. While we're redoing downstairs, I've been using this it's a steaming board really, as my ironing board and second surface. It's actually worked out pretty well. I'm not too mad about it. Okay. I think the key with this is going to be pinning very, very straight. I think I can sew. Can I do this? Do I have to do this by hand? I've never really tried to sew a tube on the machine, a tube being pants. This is going to be an experiment for everyone involved. Okay, I think I have to pin very, very carefully and then just try. Okay, so I've decided to just go with one of the deep burgundy. I'm just using this bias tape. I think it's actually just such a pretty color combo. and just do the one stripe all the way down. I think that's the plan. Let's try it. I get the feeling that this is going to need to be hand done, but we will do our best. When I was embellishing my velvet jacket, just getting beads embellished inside a pocket was problematic. So, I mean, I'm sure it's a skills issue on my part. I'm trying to have fun, not everything has to be a grand learning project, you know? I found this super cute tulip cup to hold my clips at the thrift store a few weeks ago, and it's been perfect. Yeah, I can already see how this is going to be a pain in the butt. These pants were $1 whole. Absolutely love them. They're weirdly comfortable. They're stain proof. They wash easy. I love to wear them as work pants while I'm working with clients at home. I call them fake pants. They do the job of me feeling really dressed, but they're so comfy. They're like jammy pants, but not pajamas. I'm not one of those people who can work well if I'm not dressed properly, even though people can only see me from the chest up. Okay, so I don't have any burgundy thread. I've got all sorts of pinks and a red. Let's see if anything works. See, all of these are just too bright, and you would really see the line. I don't know, it just doesn't look good. And I really wanted the black. I've got black thread. I could do the black today. It just doesn't look as cute as this really simple burgundy stripe. So unfortunately, I just don't think it's gonna work, and we gotta wait. Boo. I do need to go to Britex for other things later in the week. I really wanted to finish this today, but I also don't want it to look bad. If I'm going to spend the time doing anything, I want it to look nice. And I think with the light pink over the burgundy, unless I am so unbelievably precise with my seams, it's going to look awful. Like my stitching's just not going to look good. And I don't want it to not look good. So I think, unfortunately, this is on hold, which is why maybe having the blue pair to play with is not a bad thing. But also now I want to put this really cute, this black trim. Isn't that cute? I got this for a dress and then promptly lost it when I had to pack up all my sewing stuff, and then couldn't find it, ended up using something else for the dress, which worked out great. But I had wanted to use this. So I think we are gonna have to put pink pants on hold until I can make a trip downtown, which is not gonna be for a couple days, which is a big bummer, honestly. Boo. So I got these at Scrap, my favorite creative reuse store. It's just a bag of kind of applique trimmings. All mixed shapes, sizes, things. So I'm gonna first sort of make them symmetrical in little piles, and then we'll put them on the pants. So we've got two main shapes, it looks like, and then a couple pieces that have been cut up from these. So that's fine. We'll just make two piles so we've got everything even, and we'll just build them down to make these super symmetrical. Well, these need an iron before we get started, but we'll do design and then iron, I suppose. I mean, these are a different type of polyester than the pink ones. They're definitely like a permapress. It's a little softer, less stretch though, but permanently creased, which I find comical. But yeah, I think these are gonna be fun. this is the design I'm thinking for my little 60s Matador pants. I am going to hem them, sort of crop them a little bit as well. I think it's so cute. And totally even. I just need to take these little balls off of this guy to match that guy. We're ready to go. So as I've been looking at this and pinning it, I realized like this is going to be a couch project. Like I'm just going to need to sew each of these on by hand. I don't think doing it in the sewing machine's going to be very effective. I think if these were not sewn together as pants, that would make more sense. But I think I'm going to need to do this all by hand. So that's fine. I have a couch project, which then makes me feel a little bit better about having to wait to finish the pink pants. Although there's one more place I want to see if I have some burgundy thread. I might, but we'll see. So I did end up going downtown and going to Britex Fabrics to pick up my burgundy thread. And also they were having a sale on trims. So I ended up getting a few. So cute. And I actually changed my mind and I decided to go with this kind of stretchy, lacy burgundy trim. I just think it'll kind of do exactly what I wanted, which was slightly track pants, slightly glam. And it's still exactly the same color I was looking for. And it was super, super inexpensive. So I'm really glad that I picked it up. If you've never been to Britex Fabrics, it's sort of San Francisco's answer to Mood Fabrics. It's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous space. If you're ever here, I highly recommend you pop on in. made 5 things that AI can't, and I had so much fun. This took way longer than I was planning because I sort of forgot how much I enjoy the slow action of embroidery and beading. I was referring to it as my couch project, and I took that to heart. It forced me to stop doom scrolling. It forced me to get off my phone. It forced me to actually pay attention and to just sit and be in the moment and do it. And I enjoyed it so much that I didn't hurry through it. I had the best time. And with the pink pants with the stripe down the side, I couldn't do those quickly either. I ended up having to sew that completely by hand. So making these things was so meditative, which was an unexpected happy accident. I think no matter what comes out of AI, it will never be able to be as creative as humans because it isn't human. It's that simple, right? And I think while our lives will change because of it, there's not going to be any getting away from that. There are these moments that we can have for ourselves. There are these moments where we can disconnect from all of that and make something tangible with your hands, and something that doesn't add to, the rubbish on the planet, that isn't, bad for you, your environment, your home. You can take things you already have and repurpose them. You can support small businesses that are selling actual products in your community. There's so much that you can do. And while it might feel small, I think those small things are what actually going to be the biggest change makers, the biggest ways to really engage moving forward. So first off, I'd love to know which of my projects you liked the best. There were 5 things. This video did take a while because of the 5 things, but I'm so glad that I took the time. Which one did you like best? Which one did you hate? And I'd love to know what you're making with your hands. What are you doing creatively that soothes you? So if you liked watching me engage in creation and creativity and making something physical, subscribe, hang out. That's what this channel is about. This channel is about rediscovering creativity, making things with your hands, having a good time while we're doing it. So until next time, keep reimagining, keep creating, and keep remembering joy is resistance. I'll see you soon. Bye.